How do you characterise downside risks, Bill, to the Australian economy, given where we stand in terms of COVID containment, and then externally the Chinese economic slowdown? Could any of those moderate or even derail the tightening cycle?
Look, I'm very confident about growth. The Reserve Bank themselves have got 4.25% growth this year. We're actually at 5.5%. One of the key factors there is the strength of the household and the business balance sheets. Business balance sheets have accumulated $179 billion in excess savings. Household sector $245 billion, and this, of course, is related to the pandemic payments that they've accumulated over the last few years. So both business and household sectors are in very good shape to continue this recovery. And as the economy reopens post-Omicron, I expect to see very strong growth. So certainly the demand for labour and the unemployment rate and these factors, I think, will continue to support those inflation and wage pressures.
It is a bit of a pivot, though, isn't it, from the RBA, considering that they're saying now that it's plausible they might hike this year, when as recently as just late last year, they were virtually dismissing the possibility of a hike in 2022. So did the RBA just read the room wrong, or have conditions really changed that far and fast?
Well, I think it's all about forecasts. So if you think about their forecast for the unemployment rate at the end of last year was 4.8%. And it printed 4.2%. Their forecast for inflation this year was going to be 1.5%, and it's printing it's printing much higher numbers than that. We saw the 1.6% for the December quarter. So I think it's basically that their forecast has been out of line with actuality. The market's been a lot more aggressive on the inflation outlook, etc. So they're just really bringing their numbers back more into line with actuality. So the core number are now 2.6. Their forecast was 1.5. So they're really way out of line with what's actually happening, and he has to adjust his policy guidance accordingly.